What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Mortalis Brewing Company, and they're out of Avon, New York, and this is their As Above, So Below. So this is an Imperial Stout brewed with coffee. It comes in at 10% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed, time of review. This can is approximately 1 month old. So full disclosure, I've had this beer before, but I've only had it once, and I had it on tap at the brewery, and I had it back in the summer of 2019. At that point, Mortalis had only been open for less than a year, and I remember having it on tap and just, blowing my mind. It tasted like, and a shout out to a very good local friend of mine and sometime viewer of the channel, Orion. He said it tasted like a liquefied coffee crisp, the Canadian chocolate bar, and I swear it tasted exactly like that. It was mind-blowing. I've said that a couple times in reviews on the channel, but this one, more so than any beer I've ever had, tastes like a liquefied 10% coffee crisp. It was insane. And ever since then, though, I haven't been able to get my hands on it until now. So I have always wanted to review this one. Finally got a chance to grab a can of it, and here we are. So I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to the owner of the brewed and bottled shop, brewed and bottled craft beer shop in Lewiston, New York, Chris. He was nice enough to hold me a can of this because he actually went to Mortalis and brought back a lot of Mortalis stuff. He usually does that like once a month, and he was nice enough to hold me a can of it, and I cannot thank him enough. If you're in the Western New York area, or if you ever come to the Western New York area, I cannot recommend Chris's shop enough. Lewiston is a beautiful place. Center Street is where his shop is located at. I might have to save this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to save this. I'm gonna have to save it again. Carbonation is crazy. This beer is fucking delicious. But anyway, if you're ever in Western New York, or you're here and you've never been to Brewed and Bottled, Lewiston is a fantastic area. Center Street has so many different places to eat and shop. He's like right next door, almost next door to the Brickyard Brewing Company. But his shop is fantastic. He has a bunch of coolers of awesome beer, and he also has a bunch of beers on tap, and he's a great guy. Go check out the Brewed and Bottled. I highly recommend it. I haven't, since post-pandemic, I have not went and hung out with Chris there, but we're going to do so at some point. But he did save me a can of this, so I do appreciate it. And it's one of my favorite bottle shops locally, so just wanted to shout out Chris for that. Anyway, this has a dark brown look to it, a little bit lighter here, like almost a root beer look at the bottom. On camera, it's going to look pitch black, but I'm telling you right now, this is more a dark brown. Had about a 4-finger, it's now a 3-finger of a straight up brown colored head. It is super creamy and just like luscious looking. I did not pour it all that aggressive, but it seems to have a decent carbonation to it. In the Medusa glass, does it look proper? No, because this is not a Medusa beer. So anyway, let's get a nose. Yeah, I mean, this is insane. It smells like coffee crisp. It smells like a sweeter coffee, but it has like a wafer, like a pastry-esque kind of feel to it, but it's not too sweet. And that's beauty about coffee crisp is like, yeah, it's sweeter, it's a chocolate bar, but it also has that coffee kind of bite to it and bitterness where like, I feel like it's more of like an adult chocolate bar where it's not just sweet, sweet, sweet. And that's what this beer is. To me, this is one of the best coffee stouts I've ever had because the coffee they're using in this just brings out so many different like kind of flavors. I'm getting a little bit of berry too, almost like a cranberry maybe. Raspberry. There's a ton of like vanilla, marshmallow, and this is not the, so they do a marshmallow version too. This is not the marshmallow version as far as I know. This just says coffee and that's it. I think the coffee marshmallow one says coffee and marshmallow on it. There's a lot of sweet chocolate, like a sweet milk chocolate. Yeah, I mean, I just want to sit here and smell it. It's fucking dynamite. While it's sweet, it's not to the level of like a pastry stout or anything. It's just like a sweeter Imperial Stout. And as far as like a coffee beer goes, it's top tier for me. I'm definitely getting like now, like as it starts, the head starts to dissipate, getting a little bit more of like a roasted malt. Yeah, it's sweeter milk chocolate, it's coffee, it's roasted malt, it's a little bit of like vanilla, marshmallow, and touch of mixed berry. Okay, well, I can just sit here and keep on going back, but we're going to drink it. So cheers, everybody. And thanks again, Chris, for holding this for me. For 10%, it's voodoo. How you don't even know that. Like, I get a little bit of warming in the chest, but 10%, there's no way. There's no way I'd say this is 10%. My one knock drinking it right now, after that second sip, despite the craziness with the head, there isn't a ton of carbonation here. This is like mildly carbonated. It makes the mouthfeel, you know, a little bit more, it's softer, maybe a little smoother. But this is not necessarily like crazy creamy. And for what I would like out of this, I'd like to see this to be more mild, moderate, approaching moderate. So the mouthfeel is one detriment to this beer. The body, it's really nice for 10%. It's like low to medium full body, so it's appropriate. I'm gonna pour the rest in here. I just want to drink this entire thing on camera. I mean, it's delicious. So I will say the thing stopping this, and I think it happened the first time I had this too, the thing stopping it from getting a 5 out of 5 for me is that mouthfeel. I need a little more carbonation, I think. A little bit more carbonation. This is probably a 5 out of 5. Because I'm going to tell you right now, to me, as far as an Imperial Coffee Stout goes, this is at the top of the food chain for me. I can't think of an Imperial Coffee Stout that is better than this beer that I've had. Just an Imperial Coffee Stout. We're not talking like, 17 different adjuncts. We're just talking Imperial Coffee Stout. Now, there might be lactose in here. There could be. They don't usually mention if there's lactose in here. A lot of breweries don't. So that could be providing that vanilla kind of feeling, a little bit bigger body and whatnot. But as far as just like an Imperial Coffee Stout goes, this is top tier for me. And it's not super complex on the palate. This is coffee crisp. So if you've never had a coffee crisp and you've heard me now say it like 5 times, the easiest way to, I guess, explain it is just take like you ever have like a Nutty Buddy? So if you've had a Nutty Buddy before, which is like the peanut butter, like wafer chocolate, think of that, but replace the peanut butter with like a coffee. It's the best way I can explain it. That's kind of what a coffee crisp is. And it's fucking divine. And that's what's in here. This is a coffee crisp in 10% Imperial Stout form. It's a bit sweet, okay? It's a bit sweeter than your regular Imperial Coffee Stout. This is like 60-40 in terms of sweetness to bitterness. But yeah, I mean, coffee crisp throughout the palate. And on the finish, it finishes mildly bitter with a little bit of dryness, but this definitely leans sweeter. So, since I'm nitpicking, and that's what you do when you review beers, the mouthfeel and the fact that this leans a little sweet will stop it from a 5 out of 5. But I gave this a 4.75 out of 5 on Untappd back when I had it in the summer of 2019, and I'm not going to deviate far from that score. If you can get your hands on this and you like Imperial Coffee Stouts or you like coffee stouts in general, try it out. This doesn't taste like a typical coffee stout. Again, there's a lot more going on in here. And even though I just kind of bailed myself out by saying this just tastes like a coffee crisp in Imperial Stout form, it's hard to explain. Yes, there's like a wafery chocolate coffee kind of feel first half of the palate, and in the second half, it kind of dissipates a little bit of dryness, mild bitterness, finishes slightly earthy. There's a little bit, I would say beer-wise, there is a roasted malt character at the forefront, and I'm getting a little bit of that berry, but that could be coming from the coffee as well. But this is one of those beers where I have now drank probably about 6 ounces of this. I just want to go drink the other 10 I have. It's fantastic, hides the alcohol well, and it's almost exactly how I remember it being. I will say the slight difference from back in the day is that I think it was a little less sweet when I had it, but maybe not. I only posted a couple like sentences on Untappd, so so you guys hear me talk about Untappd. I usually use Untappd just to kind of remember what I'm drinking, because at some point when you drink 5, 6, 7, 8,000 different beers, you don't remember all of them. So going to Untappd and going, hey, I had it like right now, I would have not remembered what I would give this one back in 2019, and I wouldn't remember what I said about it, but maybe because this had a lasting kind of impact on me, and I always remember coffee crisp as the tasting note. Anyway, it's gonna be a longer review. I apologize, but when you're drinking one of your favorite beers within a style, it's going to be longer. So I have not, I don't have much more to say about it, I guess. It's just a delicious Imperial Coffee Stout. If you get Mortalis in your neck of the woods, pick it up. We're going to rate it as above, so below. And remember, this is no variant. This is just the base one with coffee. I think they've done a barrel-aged version of this, but they definitely did a marshmallow version. This is not the marshmallow version. But regardless, you know, I never noticed that. It says beer brewed with natural flavors. Maybe there's marshmallow in here. I don't know. I'm going to give this a just straight 4.75 out of 5. That's what this beer gets. I think this beer is delicious. I think this beer is one of my favorite Mortalis beers. Price point availability, I think these are $22 a 4-pack at the brewery, but Chris charged, I think, $24 a 4-pack. There were 6, I think they were, no, what did he charge? I think these might be, I don't know if these are 22 or 24. He charged $6.50 a can. So if he charged $1 more a can, again, he's driving to Mortalis and bringing it back. That's like a 3.5 hour drive from his shop back and forth. I'm okay with paying an extra $1 for a can for something. I can't get singles of this. You go to Mortalis, you got to buy 4-packs. So $6.50 for that can all day, every day, especially since I give it a 4.75. You go to brewery, it's I think more like $5.50 a can. But regardless, it's a fucking great deal for what I enjoy out of a beer, and it's 10% coffee in it. Yeah, $6.50 is great. And availability, Mortalis, I don't know anymore. I see people in Illinois get it. I see people down in Georgia get it. And then here in the Buffalo, New York area, the only place I can get these locally right now here in Buffalo, Chris's shop. Nobody else really gets their stuff. Sometimes maybe on tap, but like cans and stuff, very rare. So yeah, to each their own. Now, if you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about it. I've never had any of the variants of this. I would like to try the marshmallow one. I don't know. I'm just kind of, I just want to go drink this. So I'm going to go do that. So if you've had it before, post in the comment section. I appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.